Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new installment of the Wrestling Analyst. Today, I'm making my predictions for the event Vengeance Day 2023 for NXT. Here we go. So let's start with the 2 out of 3 falls between Carmelo Hayes and Apollo Crews. Now, both men have beaten each other in a match leading to that, and this is the what they say is the rubber match, the one that's going to be for all the bragging rights. So Hayes is always benefiting from for the numbers game advantage, having Trick Williams ringside at all the time with him, and Williams always helps Hayes win his matches. Now, will Apollo have Axiom in his corner to counter Trick Williams' effect? Maybe. We'll see tonight. Uh, what's going to happen in this match? Basically, Carmelo Hayes should win the first fall. Apollo Crews should win the second fall. And whoever wins the third fall wins the match. And I think it was going to be Carmelo Hayes. Uh, what I'm what I think will happen, Hayes will win the match, go on to face the champion, the NXT champion at Stand and Deliver. I think Hayes is main roster ready. He has been for a while, and maybe they're going to call him up after WrestleMania because right now, let's just say that the rosters are frozen until WrestleMania. So I don't see any call ups from here to WrestleMania. So they're going to continue building the NXT superstars, and I think there's going to be some call ups after WrestleMania. So look for Carmelo Hayes to win this match. Let's go on to the next one. So NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez versus Gigi Dolan versus JC Jane. So both members of Toxic Attraction in this match. Roxanne won the title back in December from Mandy Rose. The Tuesday after deadline, so December 13th, if I remember right. Roxanne won the Iron Survivor Challenge at deadline to face Mandy Rose. Gigi and JC, they both won the 20 Women Battle Royal to earn this championship match. And they both fell, both feet touched the floor at the same time in the end. They both want to avenge Mandy's loss, even though Mandy Rose is not there anymore for the reasons we know. So Roxanne will want to keep the title and go on to Stand and Deliver as champion. Would be a huge win for Roxanne Perez to essentially beat a tag team that will work together, at least at the start of the match. They will undoubtedly work together at the start of the match. And then they're going to battle each other at some point in the match. They're going to work together. Maybe Roxanne and Gigi are going to work together at some point. Roxanne and JC are going to work together at some point. We'll see how this match goes, but it could be very interesting for Toxic Attraction storyline going forward. Are we going to see a breakup of Toxic Attraction after this match? Are we going to see a feud between the two of them? Or are they going to still be a tag team and try to go after the tag team champions once again after this match? We'll see, because I think that Roxanne Perez will retain the title. So Roxanne retaining the title, like I said, would be huge and would be a huge boost of credibility for her going into WrestleMania season. So my pick is Roxanne Perez. NXT Tag Team Championship, men's side. The New Day versus Gallus versus Pretty Deadly versus Chase U. Now, Chase U won their entry in this match last Tuesday on NXT. The New Day were there to bring prestige to the titles, now being Triple Crown champions. But I think it's now time for New Day to go back up to SmackDown permanently. So that's why I think they will lose the titles. Uh, Pretty Deadly are the former champion and the former champions, and them and New Day went back and forth. New Day were sending them on errands to have a chance to win back the titles and everything. So maybe Pretty Deadly is going to take back the titles, but I don't think so. I think it's the time for Gallus to win the title, and they are my pick. So Gallus are going to be new NXT Tag Team Champions, according to me. Is it going to happen? We'll see. Uh, I was 5-on-5 for the Royal Rumble, but NXT I don't have that much success. So we'll see how it goes. Next match. NXT North American Championship. Wesley versus Dijak. Now, Dijak, formerly known as Dominik Dijakovic in NXT, he came back to be repackaged from his horrendous run on Raw as T-Bar that begun as a retribution group that rapidly went nowhere. So T-Bar was horrendous. Dominik Dijakovic is a lot better than what T-Bar did back in WWE on Raw. Now they want him to have a nice run in NXT in order to bring him back up to the main roster, maybe after WrestleMania. But I would not do that too fast. I really want Dijakovic or Dijak to have a big run in NXT, North American champion, maybe go on to win the NXT championship, and then you call him up. You build a pedigree for Dijak, and then you call him up. Don't go too fast. Build him right. The guy is amazing. He is athletic, agile. He's got all the tools. And if you haven't seen his matches against Keith Lee back a couple of years ago, for the North American Championship back then, they made amazing matches. So if you haven't watched them, go see them. You're going to see what kind of wrestler Dijakovic or Dijak can be. And I think that no matter what, Wesley is good, but I think Dijak is going to win the match. So Dijak is my pick. NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. Kiana James and Fallon Henley, the challengers, versus the champions Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Carter and Chance are the longest reigning women's tag team champion in the title's history, and they will want to keep that going. James and Henley were rivals at some point. Kiana James wanted to buy Fallon Henley's family bar to build the condos or whatever. That was a storyline back then. And they had a match I think back in December, to settle this dispute. If James won the match, she would become the owner of the bar and do whatever she wants with it. And if Fallon Henley won the match, then she would be able to keep the bar, and all the debts of the bar would be paid off, and she could start anew. So that was, and that Fallon Henley won this match. So that's what this was all about. But since I don't do NXT videos yet, Fallon Henley is part of a three-person group. Let's say there's a Briggs and Jensen, which is a men's tag team, and there's Fallon Henley. And in the storyline, Briggs is like enamored with Kiana James, and now it's starting to have a little love bud between a love relation between the two of them. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe uh, James is just using Briggs for her own purposes or at some point. But we'll see how the storyline develops in the near future. James and Henley were supposed to team only once, but then Briggs went to Shawn Michaels and said, "Hey, I think Henley and James could deserve a chance at the tag team titles." Now they're trying to gel as a team. We'll see. And I think Carter and Chance will retain the titles and go on to stand and deliver as champions. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Henley and James won the match for a what I call a shock purpose. You know, no one expects, no one really expects Kiana James and Fallon Henley to win the title. So that would be a shock to see them win the title after all. But my pick is Carter and Chance are retaining. So this is the main event of the evening. Braun Breaker versus Grayson Waller in a steel cage match for the NXT Championship. Grayson Waller won the men's Iron Survivor Challenge back at NXT Deadline in December, on December 10th, to earn this opportunity. Breaker retained the title against Apollo Crews at the same event at NXT Deadline, and then Waller attacked him after the match. They had a match at New Year's Evil, but it wasn't conclusive because the rope broke and everything. So that's why the match was made tonight as a steel cage match. Waller has been winning at the mind games in this feud since the start of it. He even pulled the Bret Hart Goldberg stunt on Breaker at one point. So, but I think that Braun Breaker will retain the title and go on to stand and deliver WrestleMania weekend as champion. Who's going to be his opponent then? Well, I have three names in mind. Waller again, and the winner of the Apollo Crews Carmelo Hayes match. Because we all know Apollo Crews came back. Well, the storyline is he came back to NXT to win that title. So what I think is going to happen is that Breaker is going to win this match and go on to challenge either Carla and go on to either defend against Carmelo Hayes or Apollo Crews at Stand and Deliver. And we don't know. It could be a four-way dance between the four of them. We'll see how everything develops. But my pick for the main event is for Braun Breaker to retain the title. Enjoy, enjoy the event. Enjoy Vengeance Day tonight. I'll be back maybe tomorrow to give my storyline and my Vengeance Day analysis and see where it goes from here. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when new content is coming out. Enjoy Vengeance Day and see you later.